everybody, it is Super Ty. It is May 14th, and I'm here with my friend Comic Book Brando, and we're going to be talking about all the cool books coming out tomorrow, May 15th.
New comic book day.
New comic book day. There's a lot of stuff. There's actually more coming out than obviously what we're going to be talking about. We just grabbed, what we could and
Stacks.
And we're just going to be talking about it. If you have any questions, any comments, anything that you guys want to say to us, you just put it in the little comments section. We'll answer it as quick as possible, and we will go from there. We do have a lot of announcements coming up at the end of this show, so stay tuned because we have some signings coming up, a couple of events happening, so we want you to be informed and ready for that.
Good times aplenty.
Yeah. So I'm going to start off with a book that is highly popular right now. This is Naomi number 5. So last issue they were saying like, oh, all the secrets are spilled in issue 4. No, this is where everything gets explained now. It's not just like, oh, this little thing here, this little thing here. This is the grand cosmic puzzle piece that is going to be fitting into Naomi's life and why she is so important in the DC universe. Huge fan of the series, huge fan of this imprint, Wonder Comics, but this one is definitely up there. It is, there's a lot of stuff happening in this one. I think you would quite dig it.
I bet I would. What's up, Angel?
Angel?
The Amazing Spider-Man number 21, Hunted, part 5. A lot of things going on in this story. Central Park's closed off. All the animal-themed villains and Spider-Man and now Lizard and Black Cat are trapped within the bubble. And Arcade has just unleashed a bunch of vermin clones after Spider-Man.
Oh no.
Craven is overlooking all of this mad construction of his, and we're going to find out more about what his purpose is, what's going on.
So, I correct me if I'm wrong, I thought this was the last issue of this story.
It is not.
Okay, I was confused then.
It is not. I believe second to last.
Okay.
They definitely look like they're ramping up towards the end of the story.
Okay, cool.
But maybe not. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening. Vulture is kind of like fighting back with all the villains because they found basically Arcade gave him a loophole to like destroy more and more of these robot Cravens being controlled by the various rich person hunters. Awesome storyline, crazy stuff going on. I really feel like there's going to be big ramifications on this one. I think Nick Spencer is just killing it.
Yeah. I've always found Vermin a sympathetic character,
He is. He's a sad creature. He's confused. He's wounded. He's scared.
He's looking for mama.
He's also very violent and cannibalistic. So
Like Vermin.
Vermin.
My next one is, I keep on talking about it because it's so good, is Justice League number 24. So, let's catch you up to what's happening right now. Most of the Justice League is in this nice utopian future, but it's not as nice as it looks. Lois Lane is actually now General Lane, trying to bring about a revolution happening there, and Jimmy Olsen is like this big Cable-looking, badass kind of guy as her lieutenant. We also got Superman stuck in the middle of nowhere of space with no sunlight to give him powers. We also have Batman, and he's about to be given a very, best way I could put it is, for the greater good kind of decision. And, man, there's a lot happening in here, and it just keeps ramping up and ramping up. Last issue, we also saw that, Darkseid is, teaming up with the Justice League with Sinestro and Grodd and Cheetah, but they're not like their usual selves. Darkseid has a sense of humor in this book. A lot of things happening in this, but just get ready because it just keeps going. It's awesome.
Ryan says, this sounds rad.
It is rad. Super rad.
Batman number 71. So Batman, Bruce Wayne, has awoken from the scarecrow fear gas induced slumber that has had him reeling for the past few issues. His first action is to summon anyone who's going to show up, any of his Bat family allies, and the way he does that and lets them know this is an extreme emergency is with a red bat signal.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's only on for a second, and this is kind of a new thing. I don't think it ever happened before. I think they even say that they've never used the red signal before. But he gets whoever he can to help and to let them know what's going on. But how badly did Bane get to Batman? How fractured is his mind? This is the world's greatest detective and thinker, and you know, we're getting kind of like back and forth between, I think, times and stories and what's happening, and it's very unsettling. So awesome storyline. Tom King is just, you know, does not cease to impress me on what he can do with these characters who I feel like I've seen everything before, but this is very surprising and unusual, and I'm into it.
Me too. Sorry, I was distracted by Wade. He said cats and dogs living together.
Mass hysteria.
Yeah.
It's true. This band.
Yeah. My next one is Superman number 11 by Bendis and Reese and a whole slew of other people as well. So, best way I could put this is intergalactic family space battle is happening. You know, you got Jor-El, got Kal-El, you got a Sunshine, you got some Zods happening out there. You got, you know, the big guy here, Ragol Zol. I can never say his name correctly. I'm so sorry. It's Rogal Zar. I always get the L and R confused there. But this is all leading to this is the penultimate issue to the next, or to the last issue of the storyline called the House of El, you know, United. And somebody's going to save their Tookuses in the very last second, but I'm going to be, you know, seeing how this is all coming together because it's just been a giant space fight the entire time.
Sweet.
Yes. I'm a huge fan of space fight.
Guardians of the Galaxy number 5. Really enjoyed Donny Cates' storyline thus far. We can see Hela is there. Looks like she's about ready to strike down Peter Quill, who at the end of the last episode looked like he was done for. We're gonna find out what exactly, who exactly is Thanos. Thanos is coming back. She's gonna bring him back, but who?
Yeah, where is he resting?
Yes, where is the biogenetic code that has been implanted? Where is it resting, and who will be the new Thanos? Awesome stuff. I love the cosmic Marvel storylines, and Donnie has just stepped right into it, and like it's perfect. I mean, he just is owning the cosmic stuff. The Thanos series, Guardians of the Galaxy now, and I'm looking forward to more stuff, including like Wraith things happening and all sorts of cool characters that we haven't seen necessarily in a while. But we'll be back in force.
This one I was really stoked about hearing, you know, reading solicitations and stuff because I'm a huge fan of all these characters. Giant Man. It's a War of Realms tie-in where these 4 dudes, all with size-changing abilities, are Lady Freya. There's so many different ways to pronounce her name. Thor's mom puts them on... Mama Thor put them on this really cool mission of going undercover with the Frost Giants.
With the Frost Giants?
Yeah, so, like, they have to, you know, diddy themselves up a little bit. I'll show you. I think it actually looks pretty cool. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. So they are, like, now undercover with the Frost Giants, but, you know, some of these guys are goofy. They're not gonna, you know, keep their cool the whole time. Yeah,
Ymir.
I'm always a big fan of like Scott Lang Ant-Man. You actually get to see, you know, new Goliath, who kind of first appeared right after Civil War, but they haven't really used him a whole lot. The other new Giant Man, and of course Atlas from Thunderbolts, and a couple of other series. But yeah, I was really looking forward to this, and I was not disappointed at all. It was really fun, a lot of action. Frost Giants are so fun in this series because, like, something bad will happen and be like, ow, they cut off my hand. Like, you know, it's just like, they're like, okay, cool, that's fine.
Just another war wound.
Yeah, it's a really awesome little mini-series beginner right here. I loved it.
Nice. Pearl number 9. Pearl Tanaka went to Japan, but she also had her boyfriend show up there almost randomly. We get to see a little bit of the why. A little bit of the why that's happened, and the result when she speaks to her uncle about the sort of cross purposes between her and Mr. Mike. Awesome, brutal stuff, beautiful art. Man, Michael Gaydos is just on fire on this book. Every page is a work of art. It's just a gorgeous thing, and we get to see some developing things. Pearl is deciding what exactly she wants out of this situation. Very cool, highly recommended, excellent crime book, and nothing like it on the shelves right now. Good job, Bendis. It's so good.
My next one is Uncanny X-Men number 18. So, in the last issue, it kind of came up with somebody saying, oh yeah, Emma Frost did this, and everybody just goes, who's that? Which, huh? Like, you know, even Cyclops was like, I don't know who Emma Frost is, so, oh, there's now some mental manipulation happening with almost everybody, except Juggernaut, and because he has the helmet thing.
He can't be messed with.
He can't be messed with. So, like, Juggernaut knows, but nobody else knows who this Emma Frost is. This series has been really great and super brutal. Like, long-standing characters have been dying horribly in this book, and this issue is not any different. Like, it's pretty rough. I've been loving it. Matt Rosenberg's really been killing it on this. It's action-packed. You also get to see a lot of people get, like, way more vicious than you would expect them to be.
Now, when we last saw Emma Frost, she was the Black King of the Hellfire.
Correct.
Project, right?
Yeah, so she's still there, but like now she's like, oh no, somebody asked about me. And like, you know, now she's not gonna be in the shadows as much anymore. So yeah, I've been loving this a whole lot. It's leading up to that House of X, Powers of X thing that's coming up as well, which I am super excited about. Not super excited that they're gonna be canceling and then restarting all the X-Men books again after that, but...
Well, I mean, they're marking it as like sort of like that next big phase in the
right.
X-Men.
Yeah, they're like new X-Men and Age of Apocalypse and Giant Size X-Men #1. It's like the next era epic happening. So I'm down. It's just like another #1
restarting again.
Like we're only on issue 18, guys. Let's have some flow happening here. So, anyways,
I'm not sure why Spock, under the guise of James, is telling us that's illogical, but
most of what we say is.
Live long and prosper. Spider-Man Life Story number 3, the 80s. This series is hard hitting. Man, it is crazy seeing like Peter Parker's life as if it just played out in real time from 1962 through what will be, I guess, current day.
Yeah.
The 80s was a pretty dark period for Spider-Man, and this one focuses on the Secret Wars and the Kraven's Last Hunt. Things are different than how you remember them because this is like an ongoing narrative. But very cool stuff. I really dig this storyline. It has a lot of the Cold War sort of escalation, but to a degree that we did not actually experience. So when the superheroes disappeared from America, Russia says, well, now's our chance.
Oh, damn.
Crazy, brutal stuff. Really love this book. A lot of personal strife going on, too, because there's developments in Mary Jane's life and Aunt May, and so good. Chip, you are just incredible with this book. I mean, all your books are fantastic.
And Bagley.
And Bagley as well. Bagley is like the Spider-Man artist. I think, for recent years and output, he has just been killer on Spider-Man, from Ultimate Spider-Man to today.
James says that we need to talk some Trek, because that would be most logical. Hey, man, come on over. I'll talk Trek all day. Nick says, which Trek? Hey, I'll talk any Trek.
I'll talk original series.
Yeah, I'll talk next gen. I'll talk about that conspiracy in season 1 that was never ever brought up again. Oh yeah, I'm talking about brain slugs. Did you know about that?
No.
Okay,
Maybe?
Really quick, in the first season of Star Trek, there was this like mention of this conspiracy happening the whole time, and then in the season finale, and I know this isn't spoilers because it's like over 20 years, like Picard,
past the 2-week window that the Russo brothers invented.
Picard's sitting there with like this trio of admirals, and one of them starts freaking out, and his head explodes, and there's this little brain slug that like crawls out and dies, and apparently they've been infiltrating the Starfleet like throughout all of the galaxy, and they never go back to it. So I'm assuming that they took over and everybody's just like going along with it. Okay, so I'll talk Trek all day, bro.
They never mentioned that again?
No, they never did.
In any of the shows?
No!
I mean, probably the other shows looked at it and went, nah, we'll just bring back triples.
Yeah, but even in like season 2, they were just like, oh, hey, we're back in space, whatevs.
They thought it was a bad idea.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Exploding head brain slugs, not so
Was
much.
it the big bad in DS9? I'm not sure, because I never really got to watch all of Deep Space Nine. Anyways, we'll get back to this later. James, Nick, everybody, just come on down. I'll track it up with you. Whew.
Yeah, talk to Ty about Trek. I'll talk Star Wars with you.
I will also talk Black Hole and Tron.
I'll talk Tron.
I watched Tron Legacy last night again. A couple of beers into it, so
I'm into it.
yeah, I loved it.
It's tastes exactly the same as Tron.
Exactly. War of Realms 4. Let me get back to what we were here for.
We're satisfying our customers' desires
Yeah.
to talk about Trek
and
Tron.
War of Realms 4. So, oh man, there's been a lot of loss. There's been a lot of space battles, as I said I love. But Thor Mama Thor, Mama Thor,
Lady Freya.
Leia Freya, she is now possessed by the dark force of this, of the dark Bifrost, or the black Bifrost. And she is having no quarter. Like, anybody that gets in her way, she's just chopping them up. And good thing it's mostly dark elves and stuff. But Odin wakes up, and now he's just like, nuh-uh, I'm gonna go help my wife out. And then it just goes from there. Amazing space battle. There was one line in here where I actually guffawed out loud. But man, it's just it's not looking good for everybody. It keeps on, just read that part while I'm talking about it. It's just man, how are they going to get out of this? And then salvation comes in on the last page of this. So it's awesome. It's great. I love it. Nick Dodderman's art in this is just gorgeous. Jason Aaron's killing it. Yeah, right? Isn't that great?
That's pretty cool.
So it's great. Just pick up this issue tomorrow. There's some stuffs happening.
I love the concept of Odin sleep.
Oh yeah.
I like to think I every night go into a state of Brandon sleep.
I do that. I go into Thai sleep the day after Free Comic Book Day.
Very hard to wake up. You did go into Thai sleep.
17 hours sleeping the day after Free Comic Book Day.
Nick wants to talk about Star Wars cloaking devices. Star Wars doesn't need cloaking devices. That's boring. It's nerdy. I can turn invisible. Fly.
Okay. I like cloaking devices. I think they're a cool plot device. Okay, that's cool. Let's keep going.
It's fine. It's fine for Star Trek.
I also like magical cloaks.
I prefer just throwing into hyperspace and go. Ludicrous speed, go.
I like ludicrous speed.
Last Stop on the Red Line. This is a new series from Dark Horse from our pals Paul Maybury and Sam Lutfi. Sam, who still lives in Austin. Paul, who at one time lived in Austin. Awesome new series. Very quirky, very strange. Set in Boston. That's where Paul Maybury's from, and it's got a very strong sort of love affair with the city of Boston. It's set back a couple years, and there are various events that have taken place in the real life that sort of show up in this. But it's a murder mystery with monsters. A detective is investigating a severe strangulation on a subway line, and there's something very brutal happening, and you get to see what that is, but you don't know what it is. There's also some other characters that are sort of tangentially associated with that I don't quite know what their involvement is, but they are monsters of some kind. Very cool.
So
Oh, because he's from Boston?
Oh. James, it was great talking to you. Live long and prosper as well. But before you go, can I tell you something really quick? We're having a signing tomorrow with Sam.
We are. What time?
1 to 3.
1 to 3. He'll be signing the book. We got plenty of copies.
He also said he might do some sketches for some people.
He's a great artist too.
Yeah,
So get that.
he's a great
sketch.
artist.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very cool. He actually did sketches at our Free Comic Book Day a few years ago.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might even already own a Sam Lotfi. But yes, this book is cool. I'm very intrigued to see where they go. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I like these characters. There seems to be a homeless character in this is very, very intriguing. And he seems to be the centerpiece. I'm not 100% sure, but very cool.
If you also like train murder mysteries, Midnight Meat Train starring Bradley Cooper is great.
Did we make a road trip movie reference? Probably.
I think Ludicrous Speed is what they're getting onto.
Oh,
No, that's
Spaceballs
Spaceballs.
reference.
Just, I think that's what he was referring to.
I am definitely not past a road trip reference.
I like that movie.
I've seen that movie a lot of times.
My next one is War of Realms Strike Force The War Avengers. So this is a one-shot involving all of these Avengers right here, and they are front line and final line, essentially, because, you know, Cap, he's out looking for Thor. The other Avengers, including like Punisher, they're guarding the Bifrost. So these guys are the people on the ground, and they're not there to win. They're just there to slowly lose, just to buy time for everything. And some really nice quips in here, between a lot of characters. There's also not a sense of hopelessness, but a sense of purpose, even if that purpose means you're not gonna make it. So I really dig that in a story, especially a war story. This is like a war book, not a sci-fi superhero book. This issue is a war story. So I like it when it switches up a little bit. So yeah, I dig it.
Captain Britain with a beard, I respect very much. I love seeing a beard sticking out of that mask.
Yeah, Captain Bearton. No, that was bad.
That was
Continue.
Pretty awful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tom hears Austin and says Boston. That's right, Boston. Yes, Boston. He's feeding the snake.
Austin, Massachusetts.
Playing the song for the snake.
Oh yeah.
So good.
I'll give you $1 if you know the name of the snake.
Ooh. I don't remember the name of the snake.
Mitch.
Nice. We are getting the Mr. Miracle in hardcover in, and we'll be talking about that shortly. Immortal Hulk number 17. Gosh, this book is so good. Thank you all for picking it up and reading it based off of our suggestions or the suggestions of other comic book readers. I think this one's been like a sleeper hit and has become like one of the most popular Marvel books coming out, and for good reason. It's so good. It's intense. It's great. Bruce Banner's being tracked by Bushwhacker, who can like change his hand to like different guns and stuff like that. Only it's not Bruce Banner. That's the mistake Bushwhacker made. It's actually Joe Fixit. That's right. The Las Vegas bouncer form of the Hulk has taken over, at least mentally. But can the Hulk do that? Is that allowed? Can you change personalities without changing shape? We'll find out more in this issue. Plus, something awful is brewing and is going to be sent out after the Hulk. Check this out to see who it is, but it's going to be brutal. I'm very excited to see where this book goes. It just keeps getting better and better, and just
Top of my stack every week.
So awesome.
My next one is my favorite book on shelves right now, Gideon Falls, and this took a way left turn than what I was expecting. We're going interdimensional on this one. Started off as a very slow David Lynchian type of horror story, but now it's going like all out there. And good, I want that. I want it to just keep throwing left turns where I don't want to, be comfortable reading this series. I want to be like, what? Where? Huh? This? So that's all I'm really going to say about it, because if I mention anything, then it'll kind of like give away a lot of it, but it's taking some left turns, y'all, and it's great.
Left turns. More left turns than a NASCAR whatever thing. Daredevil number 5. Once again, Chip Zdarsky on the stack. Such a good book. Love what they're doing with the sort of street level heroes of Hell's Kitchen. Last issue we had a very intense discussion, if you will, between Matt and Frank Castle, Punisher. So now Matt's running around in a Punisher shirt and just trying to stop the Owl from moving a huge shipment of drugs. Things are getting bad. He doesn't know why he's doing what he's doing. He's trying to come to terms with what he has done in the past, which basically is murder a criminal. And that's a lot for a man like Matt Murdock to carry on his shoulders. His friends are there for him, but that might not be a great help to him.
Yeah. Awesome
read. Highly recommended. Daredevil's been so dang good, and if you're not reading it, you really need to get on board. It's incredible and very gritty, much more gritty than I usually expect from Zdarsky, but between that and Spider-Man,
I like Zdarsky's new.
He's got dramatic chops.
Yeah.
He's not just hilarious.
He's got some mean chops.
He's also very gritty too.
My next one, which caused quite a hoopla a couple of weeks ago.
Tell us more about that hoopla.
It was a thing. But now the actual issue of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and the Freshman Force New Party Who Dis one shot is out. This is by Devil's Due Comics. This is An anthology is the best way to put it. There's a lot of different short stories as well as some pretty funny ads in the middle of it.
One page ha-has.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. One
Yeah.
page ha-has. New boy group that we're gonna start.
The one page ha-has.
But yeah, there's just a lot of different little stories in here that is political satire, but with a message, and a lot of different art styles, which is really cool as well. There's a couple of parts in here that I was laughing pretty darn hard about if you pay attention to the news. So yeah, it's great, and it even has like a list of all the haters in the back, which I'm sure were part of that hoopla the other day.
Sure.
You know who you are.
They're not watching because they're not actual comic fans.
Yeah, they don't ever come here, so what else?
Our usual regular fans, to echo Ty's earlier statement, we love you all.
Oh yeah,
You're wonderful
most
people,
definitely.
and we like talking to you, and you're awesome. If you just spread hate on the internet without even knowing where you're spreading it, you're just
If you're a coward on the internet,
Lame.
come talk to me face to face. How's that?
impossible, for they are cowards.
Ah,
Black Widow #5. Man, this series has been so good. The Soska sisters have just created this epic, violent, and yet heartfelt story for Natasha. She's in Madripoor, which is one of my favorite cities in the Marvel universe because it's just so full of crime and danger, and it's got this sort of like weird Indiana Jones feel, but modern and very wild. And this whole storyline has been like sort of like an interesting revenge tale. And she's out to get this person who has been hurting a lot of people and hurting a lot of people for profit and gain. And it might not necessarily be the person she thought it was. If you've been reading and catching up, you know who that is, but stay on board. This is fantastic. If you're new, come get the earlier issues. It's a really good read, very intense stuff, and a story perfect for our favorite super spy.
my first collection is going to be Rat Queens Volume 6. So, a lot of stuff happened in this volume. There's family strife, there's also love, there's also more family strife that happens. One of the Rat Queens actually gets hurt pretty bad in this story. I love this book because this is a different type of fantasy.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was like, fiction fairy tale. I couldn't come up with it.
Fiction fairy tale.
This is a different type of fantasy because these ladies, they drink, they fight, they cuss a lot. Yeah.
They're tough.
Yeah. All qualities I love in my wife as well. So yeah, this book's great.
She drinks it as tough as well.
Yes, she is. So this is super awesome. It's really great. I'm not sure if this is the last volume at all. I think they might be going on. They kind of left it on a really good ending if they wanted to. The cool thing is this also includes the Neon Static special where it becomes kind of like a cyberpunk for one issue.
In the spirit of Shadowrun.
Yeah, so
classic fantasy drenched cyber.
yeah,
punk.
it was really cool
Yeah.
that they added that in there. So pick it up. It's great.
I thought that was rad too. Avatar: The Last Airbender, Imbalance Part 2. So things are about to come to a head in a city between benders and non-benders, and before things get bloody and awful, Team Avatar and Aang and the whole gang are going to hopefully stop this from happening. Faith Aaron Hicks is writing this new series, and I got to admit, I'm a fairly recent Avatar fan.
I have to admit, I have not
Have you never seen it?
seen any of it.
I highly recommend watching Avatar, the Nickelodeon cartoon series, season 1 through, I think 3 is the last one? It's 3? Yeah.
3.
I'm about halfway through season 3. I'm almost done. It's so good. And this comic picks up, the previous series as well, pick up where the animated series left off.
Oh, okay.
But it's, written by Gene Yang and Faith Aaron Hicks, and they've got like the best creators working on these. So highly recommended, and you should check out Avatar. It's incredibly good. It's very sweet.
I pulled this because it's once again, needs to be restated. Immortal Hulk is so great, and this is the 3rd volume. If you're one of those trade waiters, that's fine. Here you go. Volume 3, right here. This is the Hulk in Hell story arc,
Was it intense
which was
storyline?
disturbing, and I loved it.
There's some jaw-dropping moments.
Oh my god, like eyeless people just walking around. You also, like, there's this one part that kind of broke my heart for a minute when you get to see regular Hulk, the one that we're used to, like the Brute, you know, and he's just like fighting, but he's crying because he just hurts all the time. I was like, oh my god, this is like hitting. And then the not evil, but the Hulk that we're reading in this just comes in and he's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to let him out a little bit. And I was like, oh god. So it's great. It's awesome. They are doing a big hardcover soon too, of the first 3 volumes as well. But this is just, this is so good. So buy the issue and this.
It's so good.
So good.
There's never been a Hulk story like that before. Even though, but it draws from a lot of more
Previous stuff.
obscure history of the Hulk. I mean, there's some like really lesser known stuff that they're using in that, but they use it so well.
Like the issue 12 with the Devil Hulk and stuff like that.
So good. Frank Miller's Ronin gets a new softcover edition. It's been a little while since it's been print. This collects the whole 6-issue classic from the 80s. It includes some additional art material from Frank Miller's archives. Such a good story. A story of the past and of the near future. So you've got some a masterless samurai becomes a Ronin, and after a feudal lord is struck and down, that's what he becomes. But then we see into the future, and there's just a bodyguard and a young person who's the only person who can stop this horrible virus. So you got a little bit of samurai, a little bit of I hate to use the word cyberpunk again, but that's kind of what it's like.
Gritty futurism.
Gritty futurism is really good. I like that, but with a strong sense of feudal Japan. And this was like Frank Miller at the top of his game. So this was, you know, pre-Sin City, like right around Dark Knight Returns time, I think just after that. Just beautiful book, highly recommended, very cool storyline. I'm looking forward to rereading it, so check this out.
Nice. Dan says it's groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking is a fine word. It's like the best of European comics and manga and Frank Miller.
Nice. I've never read it, so I'm going to read it actually this week.
All right, on.
My next one is a series I totally dug called Bitter Root. So this takes place during the Jazz Age of New York, and this family here, they are monster hunters, and not a lot of people, you know about monsters in this, really fun-loving type of New York town. So
Swinging New York?
yeah, so these guys are just there to kick butt, and it is awesome. If you like monster fights, if you like really cool folklore, if you like very colloquial characters, one character in here, he only talks in like 5-syllable words, it's fantastic. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. It was really great, and you should read it.
Nice. I am stoked about the new Godzilla movie.
Oh my god, I am so excited.
I finally saw the trailer.
Oh yeah?
Well, for those of you that know me pretty well, I don't watch
You don't
trailers
usually watch trailers.
unless I'm at the theater.
Oh, so you saw the...
So they had it before Avengers Endgame, and I was like super stoked. I was freaking out, like, oh my god, it's Ghidorah, it's Rodan, it's everyone. So
Mothra showing.
yeah,
I'm so happy.
super stoked. This is the official prequel graphic novel from Legendary Comics. Nice hardcover edition too. Beautiful looking book, and it has some lore of like Godzilla's past tied in with the story right before the movie. So very cool. Check this out if you're a fan. This will get you up to speed. And I'll be honest, I wasn't a big fan of the previous movie, but I am very stoked about King of Monsters. I think it looks pretty awesome.
I think they learned some lessons.
I'm really thinking they did, and I'm hoping that. I mean, already the trailers have shown me more combat than was in the actual movie, so
It had that, yeah.
I'm pretty stoked.
My last regular book I'm talking about is a really awesome hardcover of Batman White Knight. Now, if you haven't read this, you're missing out. It's amazing. The whole premise of this is the Joker decides to go sane because Batman is tearing up the city too much. And he says, you know what? Fine, I'll save the city. And, whew, a lot of twists and turns in here. Sean Murphy is probably like in my top 3 artists of all time. And he wrote this as well. Fun fact, he based his Batman design off of himself. But yeah, there's just some twists and turns in here. I love this book so much. Each issue I was like, what can possibly happen next, and kept getting surprised. So very nice hardcover edition from the Black Label of DC. Yeah, it's great. Available tomorrow.
Sweet. I'm usually kind of a poo-pooer of alternate Batman stories.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Usually not my thing.
Oh, I love alternate.
That was pretty rad. It was beautiful and like timeless, I'll say. It sort of feels like it's not constrained into any kind of particular time. It almost feels like a 1930s story, could be a current story.
Yeah.
It just has this sort of like weird sepia tone.
Craziness.
Yes.
My friend Mike says he's gonna see me tomorrow. That's right, buddy. I can't wait to see you. Like 3 of my friends from Philly are coming down.
That's right.
It's gonna be awesome. Mike, Lee, Shiwa, I'm so stoked. I'm gonna take them to some barbecue joints.
Where are you taking?
Valentina's, which is my favorite barbecue place. And I'm gonna take them to like Pint House because they've never been there. I'm gonna take them to some breweries.
Sweet.
I'm gonna take them to some shows, obviously, which I'll get into in a minute. But yeah, dude, I can't wait to see you. It's gonna be awesome.
Awesome. Terry loves the White Knight. Awesome. Mike can't wait. Mr. Miracle, much to the cheers of the Phantom Zone. So this is the hardcover edition of Tom King and Mitch Gerads. Awesome series.
I love the cover of this.
It's so good. Like, I don't know if you can see it in the little video, but it says multiple times all across the cover, it says Dark Side is.
Yeah.
And boy, that was just like a chilling issue when they started that up. Things are weird for Scott Free. He's trying to cheat death. And did he? Will he? Can he? Plus, he and Barda's, their homeworlds are at war. Apocalypse and New Genesis are always at war. But this time it's like, the casualties are mounting, things are getting bad, and Darkseid may have the anti-life equation. That thing may even be like in Scott Free's head, causing him the problems he's having. Awesome, weird, just jaw-droppingly beautiful. Even if you don't know anything about the New Gods, anything about Mr. Miracle, you can absolutely pick this up and just, be enchanted by the weird mystery of it. So good.
And it's also I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It's also a lovely rumination about like fatherhood.
Yeah.
Like, like the sacrifices you make for your own children. Like, man.
That's a big part of the Fourth World stuff. It's like, when Highfather and Darkseid basically switched kids, that's kind of a, it's a big thing. That's like constant throughout the Fourth World stories.
Yeah.
So very cool. Check it out if you haven't. It's a beautiful hardcover now, and you can't go wrong.
Terry's telling us about his favorite alt Batmans. His is Batman Samurai. Mine is Batman Digital Justice. Do you remember that book?
Oh, I own that. I bought that like the day it came out.
Me too. And it is a weird book, but I've
tried revisiting it.
It doesn't hold up as much as I would like,
now.
but
it's not quite as futuristic as I thought it once was.
But for the time, I was just like, "What? Oh, cool! This is crazy."
I liked Gotham by Gaslight.
Oh, that was great too.
I'm not 100% opposed to the alternate Batmans, but alternate universe stuff usually not my thing.
I just love like Elseworlds and what ifs, but you know that.
Sure.
So let's talk about what's coming up. We have a lot of stuff this week, a whole lot of stuff. So we have the signing tomorrow from 1 to 3 with Sam Lotfi for the end of the Red Line. Sorry, we have so much, I'm kind of forgetting things here. Last stop of the Red Line?
Last stop on the Red Line.
Last stop on the Red Line. So he's going to be here tomorrow from 1 to 3 in our statue room signing, doing sketches for people. I'm very excited. He's also going to bring some original artwork for people to take a look at, see the process. So very excited about that. On Friday, we are having another signing with, please forgive me, Nicholas Affleje. and Sarah Delane. They are going to be coming down for signing this book, Little Girls, which we talked about before when it came out, but I'll give you a refresh. It's about these two girls in Africa that are hunting a monster. And in this book, when they're by themselves talking and walking, trying to find this monster, they keep on coming up with band names. So one thing that's really cool with these two is they're bringing two bands to be playing here on Friday. They'll be setting up in our manga section.
Super rad.
Yeah. So we're going to have two bands here also. That's from 6 to 9 this Friday.
Cool.
Okay. So, what else do you got? What do you got going?
First of all, hello, Brad.
Hey, Brad.
We don't have the anime, but
We do have a lot of other Elseworld stuff.
yeah, lots of Elseworlds Batman type stuff.
Oh, Batman Vampire I thought was pretty cool too.
Do you like the Red Rain and all that?
Well, just Jones's artwork in it.
Yeah.
I love Jones's artwork.
I remember digging that. It's pretty cool. I haven't read it since it came out, but yeah, it's pretty dark.
Yeah. So what do you got going?
Well, we should mention we do have a signing set up for Silver Surfer Black.
Yes, we do.
That's right. Donnie Cates is coming back to Austin Books.
Come back home.
We've got a signing lined up for him. You've all been asking. We've been working on keeping him in one spot for 20 minutes. He'll actually be here for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's June 12th, I believe, which is the day Silver Surfer comes out. I think that's the accurate date. He'll be from 5 to 8. We're also talking about having some signature authentication available. So if that's a thing that you've been into and wanting us to do, I think we're going to have that going on. So we're pretty excited
Nice.
about that. It's going to be a good time. The advocates will be out in full force. It'll be cool.
Oh, Men's Digital Justice. We might have a copy.
We could, potentially. We'll have to look for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have that right now. It's weird.
Yeah, it's definitely there.
It's like, oh, it is completely digitally generated. It
Yep.
sure is.
So Donnie's going to be here. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty excited about that. He's been a frequent guest of Austin Books, but since he's so busy these days, jetting back and forth between England and LA and all these cool
Yeah.
Marvel retreats and what
Doing
have
cool
you.
stuff.
Yeah, being awesome.
Yeah.
He's hard to secure for a signing, so we're very stoked about that. Very stoked about the book. He's been pushing that book pretty hard.
Yeah.
And we're going to see some. He's basically promising a lot of big surprises in that first issue.
Yeah, and I love the artist. Trad Moore is great in it.
So you definitely want to come in, get your copy signed, get it authenticated, say hi to Donnie.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
Terry, we did post a photo of him being back. But he was just visiting for.
He was just stopping. He
Yeah.
buys his comics here too. So,
Yeah, but
yeah, as far as
he'll be
like
back signing.
getting actual signing going is a little bit more complicated than because he comes in almost every week when he's in town. So.
Brad agrees with us about Digital Justice being one of his personal favorites. Correct.
Like, we both have bought our copies at the same time from the
Nice.
same place. So
Nice.
I knew he was a fan too.
What else is going on? This Friday, I am playing with the Toadies at Emo's. If you guys want to come by, you'll be there.
I'll be there watching him play with the Toadies.
Yeah.
Well, not with the Toadies, but before the Toadies.
I'm going to be opening up for them and another band called Dracula's. And then the Toadies are playing. And we were originally going to be playing at 8:30. We got pushed back to 9, which I'm
Sweet.
very happy about. And as soon as we're done with this video, 7 o'clock, I'm going to go practice with my band one last time to get the jitters out and tune all my stuff. So I'm very excited about that. Come to our signing.
Will you be rocking a new drum head? while
I
you're
will be
there?
rocking a new drum head. I might send out some pictures of that later.
Tweet it.
I will. And then, so either come to our signing here or come to my show there. But come to something I'm involved with. How's that?
Officially, you should come here,
Yes.
but maybe rush out over there.
Yeah. Come to the signing early and then go to the emo show. Anyways, do you got anything else?
That's so awkward.
Yeah, I'm not good at promoting.
Tonight at Tuesday, we're playing Magic the Gathering over at Outlaw Moon. It's the casual group, so swing by, bring a deck. Don't bring a
cash.
deck. We'll have something someone can lend you one. We can teach you how to play if you don't know how to play. It's a good time. It's relaxed. It's chill. We also do that on Friday. Fridays we play typically Commander format. Sometimes we draft. But it's all also very casual, very relaxed. No one's gonna put the smack down on you and then gloat at you. We're much more cool than that. And of course, Saturday at Outlaw Noon is our choose your own game night, where you in fact choose your own game. We have tons to choose from. You can bring your own. I've been bringing Fireball Island. Last time we played a game called Deadwood. 18.
Oh, I know that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very fun. Very good.
Not tied into the show.
Well, everyone says like the show. It's like, well,
Sort of.
like the show is like the real life event. So like, yes, it has the same characters as the show, but that's because they were real people. But yes, so Swearingen is in it, and Bullock, and Wild Bill, and Calamity Jane. But it was a lot of fun. We figured out the rules about halfway through the first round.
Oh, nice.
And then it got a lot better. At first, it's like, well, this is okay. You can't really do much. And then I thought, oh yeah, there's this rule. And then it just blew up the game.
What's the game where it's like Old West stuff, but it's like zombie? What was that? I thought it was Deadwood.
Talking about the role-playing game?
Yeah.
Deadlands.
Ah, okay. My
Okay,
bad.
This is a card game.
My bad. Sorry. Oh, thanks, Brad. Russell was asking what's the name of the band. Laser Tusk.
Brad's
with,
on it.
with an S, because that's how you actually spell laser. But yeah, look us up. We're fun. Anything else?
Look us up. We're fun.
I'm not good at promoting stuff.
I'm just saying.
I can schmooze with people face to face, but not promoting my own stuff.
Look us up. We're fun.
We're cool. Do you got anything else going on?
I think that's all I've got going.
Cool. Well, you can follow me at Super Ty Denton 1. You can follow you at
Comic Book Brando.
And you can follow both of us at Austin Books. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you throughout the week. We got a lot of cool stuff happening.
A lot of things happening.
Austin Books, being cool. Look us up.
We are cool. We're fun.